Robert Picardo's Doctor and Jennifer Lyon's Cus had an interesting and very wholesome dynamic in the first 3 seasons of Star Trek, Voyager, but it's only just dawned on me just how much Cus' departure caused the Doctor's role among the Voyager crew to change. Although Picardo remained part of the Star Trek, Voyager cast throughout the show's 7-year run, Cus wasn't in every season of Star Trek, Voyager. She was replaced by Jeri Ryan 7 of 9 at the beginning of Season 4, and that character change-up was pivotal in the Doctor's journey. The Doctor's holographic nature meant he had a very restrictive start to the show. Initially confined to Voyager's sickbay and the holodecks, Picardo's character eventually became autonomous when he gained a mobile holographic emitter in Star Trek, Voyager Season 3. From there, his contributions to the show started to become even more significant than they were already becoming. The following season, bidding farewell to Cus marked another massive milestone in the Doctor's character development, but for very different reasons. Voyager's Doctor became 7 of 9's humanity coach after 3 years of learning from Cus. The Doctor passed on the knowledge he'd learned from Cus. The Doctor's original personality subroutines were based on Dr. Louis Zimmerman, a character who would eventually go on to be played by Picardo as well. Dr. Zimmerman created the emergency medical hologram, and so also gave his physical likeness to the EMH-MKI. Unfortunately, Zimmerman's brashness and lack of subtlety combined to form a terrible bedside manner, and I loved watching the Doctor grow into someone his patients felt comfortable around. A huge part of these lessons came from Cus, who was wise beyond her years and gently coached the Doctor into becoming a more warm-hearted physician. The Doctor had come a very long way by the time of Cus' departure, but the end of their relationship meant viewers were left without the Doctor's fascinating studies into human interactions. Thankfully, Picardo and producer Brannon Braga worked together to make sure a similar dynamic existed between the Doctor and Seven once Cus had been fully replaced. Speaking with Star Trek, Picardo told Braga he wanted the Doctor to think that the best person to teach 7 of 9 how to become human again is him, with the irony being that 7 was human, and the Doctor isn't. The Doctor learned different things from 7 than he did from Cus. Picardo's character continued to learn as he taught his new student. Cus being swapped out for 7 didn't keep the Doctor's storyline perfectly intact, but that's a good thing. It wouldn't have made any sense for 7 to teach the Doctor about human dynamics, as she knew almost nothing about the subject herself after being assimilated by the Borg at such a young age. However, Jeri Ryan became Picardo's scene partner roughly as often as her predecessor had. These sequences took on a similar feel to the Cus and Doctor moments, but with 7, the Doctor learned different things in a new way. While the Doctor was much more direct student to Cus than he was to 7 when it came to all things human, becoming 7's humanity coach meant he started to compound the information he had taken from his conversations with Cus as well as his interactions with other members of the crew. Plus, while his time with Cus was focused on becoming more human, the Doctor's lessons with 7 quite often revolved around her feeling isolated because of her partially artificial nature. The Doctor experienced a similar phenomenon, so embracing his holographic origins was an unexpected advantage of teaching 7. The Doctor's new role in Star Trek, Voyager Season 4 caused some of his best moments. The Doctor teaching 7 led to some brilliant scenes. 7 of 9 kisses the Doctor's cheek in the Star Trek, Voyager episode, Tinker, Tenor, Doctor, Spy. Some of my favorite Doctor moments happened before Star Trek, Voyager Season 4, but it'd be a lie to say that many of his best moments and episodes didn't also come after becoming 7's humanity coach. What would become one of the show's longest subplots was incredibly rewarding in several different ways. The Doctor teaching 7 how to regain her humanity allows for a surprisingly introspective look at what it means to be human. This not only leads to some comical moments from both characters but also some deeply heartfelt scenes with the Doctor at the core. The Doctor spending so much time with 7 also resulted in their unrequited love story, which was a storyline I genuinely didn't expect. 7 wasn't Picardo's character's only love interest in the show, but she was certainly the most prominent. I didn't even think about pairing them romantically until the Doctor started to develop feelings for her, and then it started to make a weird amount of sense. Ultimately, I'm also kind of glad they didn't end up together, but the twist was one of the best interpersonal arcs in Star Trek, Voyager.